everybody! Today for our simple living tip, I wanted to talk a little bit about cloth diapers. Definite buzzword when it comes to the natural parenting thing. Everybody's kind of going to cloth diapers, going back to that. And there's so many videos on YouTube about cloth diapering and the different options because there are so many. There's all-in-ones, there's your classic Indian or Chinese pre-folds with the pins, what kind of diaper covers to use, wool diaper covers, PUL, which is polyurethane laminated fabrics. So many choices. What I'm going to talk about is just the fact that it's pretty simple. A lot of times things like this get way blown up in our minds, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How does this work? You know, most of us were raised on the disposable diaper, and we're really trying to get away from that because it's like filling the landfills with diapers. And when you can just reuse things, it makes it so much more environmentally friendly and cheaper. So I use all different kinds, everything from the G diaper, which is like these little pants that have a sort of a plasticky rubber liner, and then you put a little soaker pad in there. Then I also use the traditional Indian pre-folds, which is just this classic square diaper that a lot of people use as a burp cloth, and I use pins. The snappy, which is a alternative to pins, which is kind of like almost based on the concept of those grippy Ace bandage holders. They have these little teeth on them, and they stretch from one side of the diaper to the other and then stretch down and hold it in place. So many choices, right? So what I'm going to explain is that I made my own diapers, and you can too, out of stuff that you have around the house. Because some of these, especially the fancier type diapers, they can get kind of expensive. When you think about it, you're going to be reusing them, it is economical. But you do have the cost of like water and detergent to factor in. So one way to really cut the cost is to make your own diapers. I have a couple examples I'll show you right here that I made before Zara was born. These don't fit her anymore because I ripped the pattern off of that's a dish rag, that's not a diaper. These are the diapers here. I ripped the pattern off of a newborn disposable that I had gotten in a door prize, actually, at my OBGYN. It was like a little raffle or whatever, and I won. So I got a bunch of little newborn diapers, and I just took some tracing paper, and I traced sort of the outline of the diaper and kind of estimated where a closure might be, how long to make it. It really was not rocket science, but just using tracing paper, and I just spread out the diaper. These, as you can see, this one here has Velcro closure. Just use your basic Velcro from the store, and you might also be able to tell that they're stretchy. They have elastic in there, and I used cotton swimwear elastic, but you can kind of use, you don't even need to really necessarily have elastic in there. It just made it a little easier and kind of less inclined to leak, especially with those newborn Dijon mustardy kind of poops. So what I wanted to show you is that basically it's simple, right? It just looks like sort of a funny shaped rectangle. I have some elastic at the back here and some elastic on the side of the legs, and you can kind of just estimate where to put that based on, like I said, if you get just a disposable and kind of estimate from where they have their scrunchy parts. And this one doesn't have elastic. I'm sorry, it doesn't have Velcro. I just used pins with this. And this is the front. But as you can see, I used your basic t-shirt. This is like a, you know, I think it was like a Tractor Supply t-shirt that somebody gave me. And it is your basic like knit material. And I used my regular sewing machine, which you can do with knit. Some people are a little intimidated to sew knit fabric. They're more inclined to use a woven fabric like a flannel or something, and that's fine too. As you can see, I took an old flannel shirt and I made this one. And then on the inside, it's just flannel fabric. This I bought. It's just white flannel, cheap. But if you want to go even cheaper, because fabric can get kind of expensive, if you want to go even cheaper, you can just get like flannel sheets. Use old flannel sheets. So you might notice there's a little bit of loft here. It's kind of thick. It's these, you know, this is a single layer on the outside, the t-shirt, then on the inside the flannel. You want to use a natural fiber. that's just going to be more inclined to absorb things, to absorb the liquid pee-pee and the poop. You can go with maybe a synthetic, like microfiber, that might work, but most people are kind of more comfortable with a natural fiber. So both of these are cotton. So then on the inside, I've sewn, you can see that it's a little, there's some thickness there. Inside is a soaker pad, which I just sewed in there, and that has, on the outside, it's basically like a sandwich of this same flannel, and then on the inside I think I either put 2 or 3 layers of terry cloth. And you can basically just use an old towel or an old washcloth. It's not rocket science. Very basic, simple, simple construction, and again, these are almost a little bit elaborate in some ways. With she barely used these for a month. I mean, these were based on a newborn size, and she outgrew them really quickly. So I've seen a lot of discussions about what's the best kind of Velcro to use. There's some really fancy Velcro out there, but I just use your basic Joann Fabrics Velcro. You can even get Velcro off of something else and just kind of use that instead. But I just wanted to show that it's really simple to make your own. I'm not a seamstress, and I just kind of sewed these up. Yeah, I wanted to make them cute, and I was all like excited to make these diapers before Zara was born. Now that they don't fit her anymore, it's kind of a shame because they are really cute. But as you can see, it's really simple. So if you have some old t-shirts, an old flannel sheet, you can get one from Goodwill, and some old washcloths to serve as the soaker pad. And you can just kind of improvise and see what works for you. But even if you don't feel like sizing out this fitted diaper, you can just go ahead and get some flannel and some terry cloth and just create a big square. And use them like you might use an Indian pre-fold or a Chinese pre-fold. And like I showed you before, this one doesn't have the Velcro, so I just used pins with this one. And I have a bunch more different patterns of flannel that I used on the outside and just experimented with different ways. But just wanted to share that with you guys. Simple living tip: cheap homemade diapers is very possible to do with a minimum of sewing. I mean, I used a ballpoint needle for when I sewed the knits, because if you use a regular needle, it can kind of skip and pull. I used a regular straight stitch. Some people like to use a zigzag stitch when they're dealing with knits to work and move with the stretch of the knit fabric, but it's not really necessary, especially for something that is essentially going to be literally pooped and peed on. So don't work yourself up about cloth diapers. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Yeah, give me a call. Actually, no. Put it in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about how to launder cloth diapers, any kind of more tips or recommendations that you guys might be interested in. So hopefully that was helpful, and we'll just take a little look at our little diapers again. Ta-da! Again, sorry about the poor... Hi, Zara. Say hello. Hi, Zara. Hi. Sorry about the poor video quality. I know you can't really see the details on a lot of this stuff. But again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll try to answer whatever you have. And hopefully one day we'll get a real camera and not my crappy, dirty, old camera phone. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.